Good morning peeps and welcome to the Meanderers, but now a new channel, Meander on the land, Meander on the land, Meander, together. Okay, so we've got a bit of land that we've been trying to get going for the past few years, and we've discovered a few tips from other people that really are working. What we did first of all, tried growing, just digging the land over and planting, but we were a constant, really big battle with the weeds and the heat, and things really weren't working too well. Then we tried another form, which was laying down, turning all the soil over and laying down a black membrane, which I'm going to show you in a minute, laying down a black membrane. And about every 25 or maybe 50 centimetres, we'd put a seedling in there, and we'd run black tubing and have water specifically dripping on every seedling individually. It worked well, but it still involved an awful lot of back-breaking weeding, and sometimes the heat was so intense on the floor there, it wasn't really fantastic. But we had 1 year where we did really well, where it wasn't extremely hot. But we've got a new system now, which I learned from a guy on YouTube called Self-Sufficient Me. He comes up with some really good tips and some good ideas. And what he did, he grows a lot of his, well, the majority of his stuff is grown in raised beds. And I was quite impressed with it, and I was thinking of ways that we could do it, and thought about it for a while and thought about it for a lot more, and had a go at it. And it seems to be working really well. But also, in conjunction with that, we're doing a thing called, you may have heard of it before for people who've got their own land. It's called Electroculture. I won't go into explaining it all in great detail about how and why it works, but it works with the ether of the ground, and it feeds fantastic vitamins and minerals into the plants. But I can assure you it does work. Anyway, I'm going to have a little walk around, and you can have a look. Okay, so right in front of us now, you see our compost heap there, and our empty manure heap there. That's where we have the manure. We tip it in there, so we have like a cubic metre of it. And that's where all our vegetables and all the grains, the spent grains from when I brew my beer go in here as well. All our cuttings and everything from the vegetables go in there. We are also planning in the very near future to have wood chipper, because as you can probably see, we've got quite a bit of greenery and a lot of trees around here, which they're in a desperate need of a bit of trimming up at the minute. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done there, so we're going to get a chipper, which is going to help us because we're going to have a lot more mulch. So you can see here there are four raised beds there. 3 of them are filled. And we've also got over there, we've got our raised beds that I built. I didn't actually build it, I just got a load of blocks that we had laying about, and I did one, and that was rather successful. So I thought, well, we've got some more left over, just as well finish it off. But what happened here is we had 6 cubic meters of topsoil delivered, and we were shoveling it all over here with our tractor, and then the tractor broke down. The belt was busted on it, and I've yet to get another one. So here we are. This is like in the end raised beds. So we've got in there cucumbers, lettuce. You can see these lettuce were probably only planted, I would say, 3-4 weeks ago, from little tiny seedlings. The cucumbers, what I'm going to do later on today, because unfortunately I haven't seen an awful lot of bees around, so I'm going to pollinate all these with a brush. We found that, you know, if you haven't got the bees around, that's what you're going to have to do. So that's our form of watering there, which works really well because it covers the whole lot. Yeah, a little sprinkler that goes backwards and forwards. And here we've got our onions and beetroots. There's a few peppers in there as well. And that's, as you can see, that's quite nice and not too wet, but it's nice and moist at the moment. The beetroots are coming on well, and it's incredible because if you come down here every day, you do notice it's grown. But if you don't come down here, if you come down after 2 days, you haven't been down for 2 days, wow, it's incredible. And look at these babies, look, the courgettes, lovely flowers. Anyone who's like sort of chefs will go like, oh yeah, we take them flowers off and we stuff them with mashed potato or stuff, and like, oh, they're beautiful. But yeah, you can see the little courgettes forming right underneath there. And the tomato plants, these tomato plants have really come on well. Really come on well. We're going to have to get a bit of a move on and get some sticks up here to support them. They're really, really coming on. Look at them bubbers. Beautiful, aren't they? So nice, you know, when you've come from London and never had a go at doing anything like this. And strawberries down there. And it is a massive learning curve. We've only been like growing our own stuff for, I'd go say probably 4 or 5 years now. Have a bit of flowers in there, a bit of marigold. Helps to keep things going and keeps it the right insects. There, look, there's a bit of celery there. I've already cut these down once, this celery, and harvest them. They're just like they grow again. A load of carrots there. I think these are purple carrots. I'm not 100% sure which ones they are. And potatoes in there. We've already harvested, I don't know. The garlic, look at the garlic, look. So there's the Electroculture. They need to be 3 meters high, and I'll show you. This one's not 3 meters high, this is one of the ones I did earlier. So what you do is you wrap the copper wire quite tight around your wooden pole, and it has to be proper copper wire, not, you know, zinc covered or anything like that. And then do like an area on the top. I've done various types with that one, the biggest one there. Wow, can't even see that's a 3 meter one. That one I've done, a vortex is allegedly the best way to creating a vortex on the top. You have to wind them clockwise, and where we are in Spain, so it depends on where you are in the world, facing the hemisphere, you either face them north or south. Ours have to be facing north. And since we've done these are really, since we've done the Electroculture, this is the first year I've gone really full on and done a lot more research on the Electroculture, and this is the first time we've had a really good experience with it. We've had measured benefits, yeah, pretty reasonable, but nothing like this year. And over here we've got raspberries, tayberries and blueberries. And there's, look, let me give you a close up of the tayberries. They'll should all be coming to fruit in June. I'm not too sure about the blueberries and what, but the raspberries and the tayberries seem to be doing really quite well. And as you can see, we do leave quite a bit of the stuff overgrown for nature, for the birds and the bees. We've got loads and loads and rows and rows and rows. Big hedges of blackberries over there, you can probably see them. But there we are. Yeah, so we are the Meanderers, and we got we do a travel vlog. Yeah, one bit I didn't get to show you was on the other part of the land is our fruit trees. This one's quite sad. This one's got sort of like infected. We've been battling with it for a couple of years, and it has a thing called leaf curl, which is it's actually like a fungus, and we tried to battle with it, and you can see it's produced loads and loads of fruit this year. They won't be ready just yet, but I don't know if it's going to survive this year. We're trying everything with it, but you can see all the sap that's coming out of it. It's like it's not well. We're trying to look after it and make it better. We may, after this season, Have to try and give it a serious cut back. We don't like, well, we never use pesticides. We always use like organic stuff. You see the green fly on there, I've already got rid of him once. And we always use natural stuff. We won't use any pesticides. And we've got various orange trees which all seem to be extremely bitter, except for this beauty over here. This little one's lovely. This little one is lovely. We get some lovely I don't know, satsumas or tangerines or whatever they are. And this one always bears fruit, loads and loads of fruit. And then we have the fig tree, a lovely fig tree. We get lots and lots and lots of figs out of that. But it's mainly the dogs who eat them, oddly enough. It's like anything that's near the ground is fair game to them. Another couple of orange trees which really need some serious attention. Unfortunately, it's not the sort of thing that I know about. I'm still learning. I'll try. There's a little grapefruit tree here, which is a bit sad. We might have to get a bigger one. And there we've got a lovely lemon tree. This lemon tree's only been in 2 years now. And yeah, we've got some fruit coming through on it this year, if I can find them. Yeah. Oh, here we go. There's a couple there. They're hiding. They're all hiding. But we're going to have some nice fruit off of this year. When we have to speak to them nicely and treat them lovely. And this bit here was our veggie patch from last year, which yeah, it wasn't very successful this year. I think we planted things up at the wrong time of year. So we do have to have some flowers. Just keep the pollinators around. Some rosemary and some thyme over there. Oleander. The story of oleander is back in the days there was one of I can't remember her name now, but there was a Spanish lady who used to get all the enemy around and say, "Come on, I'll make you a nice cup of tea." And she'd make some seeds up from the oleander, make them a tea. They all died. Not very nice, is it? Not very nice. This is a lovely, lovely lime tree. I'm going to take a minute and show you some of the lovely limes we've got there. We've only had this one the same time as the lemon tree, but last year we had over 100 limes off of it. Beautiful, lovely, lovely tree. Jill tends to talk to this one every couple of days. It's a beauty. Look at them. And now it's pollination time. Let's get all this lovely food going, ready to eat. Yum, mum. Our travel vlog is with our adventures in Bertie. We call them Meanderers. We travel around Spain. We are planning to go further afield as well. Jill's not here today because she's out getting some stuff and doing a little bit of planning for a very big trip that we've got coming up in the next month or so. So we will be posting it up, but it's going to be a while yet because it's quite a big trip. Well, it is for us. Yeah, go over to the site and have a look and follow us on the Meanderers. And this is Meander on the land.